Merry Christmas, Renegade Nation! Before we begin the video, I'd like to give a big shout out to our most recent Patreon supporters, Itogi Kirill, Blazer64, Andrew Larman, Mohamed, Karina Wang, Dark Prime 25, Christian Andre Cavande, Benjamin Salisbury, Jonathan Caleros, Andrew Elliott, Kimber, Fabiola Macias, The Gaming Warthog, Daniel Anderson, Bick Boy, Julius Urado Jr., Christopher Lee Scott, Soren Nielsen, Neil Bender, Austin Price, The Whiskey Laddie, Brian Emeka Njoku, Deshaun Hurd, Andreas Van Hasht. Thank you very much for your support. And if you want to check us out on Patreon, we would very much like to see you over there. Everybody have a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Take care, guys. I think you and I have had a unified agreement on how we both feel about Superman. Yeah, we...
Till just now, because you said you like this.
Okay, here's the thing. I've said in the past, I used to love Superman. Superman used to be one of my favorite heroes. And then I grew up, and I realized how... I know I'm going to get shit on for this, but I realized, to me, how boring the character was. And how uninteresting the character is just because of how powerful he is. And I know a lot of people in the comment section say, "Oh, you think this Superman's bad? You should have seen Silver Age Superman, before pre-Crisis." Yeah, I get that. Pre-Crisis Superman was pretty much that on the level of God. He pretty much replaced God, which that just goes to show you can only write the character so far before it gets to the point of ridiculousness that becomes so ridiculous it's uninteresting.
Superman, to me, like, really good Superman stuff, to me, is, like, really good deviled eggs. Like, I've had a few times people are like, "Dude, no, these are really good deviled eggs, try them." And I've been like, "All right, I'll give them a shot." And I've tried the really good deviled eggs, still don't fucking like them. Not a fan.
Well, okay, well, fair enough. And here's what I will say about Superman. For the most part, going back and, retrospectively looking at Superman, I have found a lot of the stuff that I liked Superman for, I don't like as much. But, that being said, there are some properties in the Superman lore that once I heard the concept for, I'm like, ooh, and then I read it, and not only did I like it, I thought it was probably the best thing Superman had going. And there's a lot of them out there, but none of them get the light of day because everybody wants the classic Superman, the one who fixes literally everything by being an unstoppable, machine, by an unstoppable, machine of justice. And I get that. Power fantasies are cool. I like certain power fantasies. But Superman, to me, I've just seen it for so long, and I noticed the quality of the stories are not the level that really impressed me as an adult. But that being said,
those power fantasies only ever seem to be entertaining to me when I get to play them.
Fair enough.
As a video game,
well, there's certain anime.
Trying to think of a decent example, maybe like Dynasty Warriors, I guess, where I'm like a fucking unstoppable general just mowing through waves of dudes, But it's still only fun for a few hours at a time, and then I'm like, I'd like to do something else now.
Well, for me, it works in certain TV series, for instance, or for certain anime series, especially. Anime series have a lot of power fantasies. One that it's worked for so far, One Punch Man.
Yeah.
Which is a power fantasy, but at the same time, it's a lackadaisical power fantasy.
Yeah, it's kind of a bit of a parody or a satirical.
Which that's usually where most power fantasies get me. For instance, there's another one that's called The Hero is Overpowered but is Extremely Cautious. I've seen a few episodes of it, and it is hilarious. And it also deals with the power who's it's literally in the title. The hero is overpowered. That's literally in the title. And then, of course, there's another one I saw a couple episodes of. I thought it was okay, but I got bored with it. The Wise Man's grandson, which was okay. And then there's one that just I don't even think tried. It was literally Isekai Cheat Magician, I believe it's called. It's literally just the magician who cheats in another world is the translation. So, yeah, I don't know what to make of it. Anyway,
doesn't sound interesting.
No. I watched it. I'm just like, So this is about as basic a power fantasy as you can get. Nothing really interesting going on here. Okay. He's going to do a power test, and he's going to break the machine. Yep, broke the machine. And he's going to be able to do all this shit without having any practice. Yep, okay. And next. That's sort of the problem I ran into with Superman. But this, I haven't given away any of the plot details, and you're about to see why, Nick. Anyway, let me get this up on screen, and let's see what happens. Wait. Hold on. Sorry. Okay, it's not 60 FPS, so we're good.
Look, up in the sky!
That the best you've got?
Extraordinary reports coming out of the Soviet Union. Tales of a being with powers and abilities far beyond those of mortal men.
As I said, Mr. President, of course I understand your concern, but I assure you the Luthor Company has this under control.
I don't blame those among you that fear me, for you've been taught to fear all your lives.
This is a world where the strong rule. And you are the strongest of all of us.
It is only a matter of time, very little time, until all of Western Europe is absorbed, is taken by the Soviet Superman.
Look alive, Lanterns. We've got incoming.
I'm honored to have you here, Ambassador.
Call me Diana. And what shall I call you?
Superman. You think you're going to stop me, Batman?
What now?
Stalin? Yeah. Didn't think they were going to go with that one.
Now I save the world.
Instead of being dropped in the middle of Kansas, in the middle of all of Americana, what if Superman was dropped right in the middle of the heart of the Soviet Union and was taught from day one all of the stuff about communism? And that's all he knew. Could he make it a reality?
Weird.
I know. It's one of the greatest what if stories of all time.
But at the same time, it's like, hey man, I know you don't like deviled eggs, but have you tried communist deviled eggs?
Not necessarily, because communism is a completely different dish than capitalism.
I don't know. It just...
I'm going to have to watch this and see if it's as good as
the
people
reason
say.
It looks interesting to me is because there's Batman and Green Lantern. So, I mean, that's the only reason that I'm kind of like, maybe. I don't know.
Well, okay. Nick, of all the things you don't like about Superman, there's one thing you at least have to admit about him. His origin story and his identity are actually two of the most original things in all of comic books.
What, he's an alien?
That one is his origin, that he is actually an alien from another planet.
And there's like the Martian Manhunter,
which came a long time after Superman.
Yeah.
So did Dragon Ball Z, and so did a lot of others. But not only that, but Superman is who he is, and Clark Kent is his secret identity. So it's the exact opposite of most. Spider-Man is Peter Parker, Batman is Bruce Wayne, Tony Stark is Iron Man, but Superman was born Superman and chooses to be Clark Kent. Whereas Bruce Wayne was born Bruce Wayne and developed into Batman. You see, it's understanding that dynamic that actually gave me a little bit of respect for Superman, although, again, like I said, the majority of the stories around him I've found to be emptier as I've gotten older, because they don't have as much personality. Now, is that a complete fault of Superman, the character itself? Not entirely. Sometimes you can get bad writers Sometimes you get writers who date their material by including pop cultural references all the damn time, which we have plenty of those nowadays. Haha, gotta have those pop cultural references, so that way people can relate in the short term. Jesus Christ. Which is why I like this.
I like references when they're in a comedic aspect, at least.
No, I can understand, like,
Steam
comedic.
World Dig 2 was cracking me up last night with his Texas Chainsaw and
but
Eternal
you see,
Sunshine of the Spotless Mind
but you
reference.
see,
I was just like,
those
that's
are
funny in a kid's game.
Those are timeless references. What I mean by pop cultural references are stuff that happens immediately. For instance, that'd be like
current events references that don't even hold up to the test of time.
Exactly. For instance, the Cat in the Hat movie having a Paris Hilton cameo in it. Who gives a fuck about Paris Hilton?
I only liked her in Repo, because her character was cool. But
okay, fair enough. But
that could have been played by anybody, though. So I mean,
yeah. But like I said, dude, I mean the whole thing about pop cultural
not that her
references,
character was cool. It's just like she played her character fine. Her character got like humiliated at the end, and it was kind of funny to see like Paris Hilton get humiliated as her character. But
I think no, I'm not gonna say that. I don't want to get banned. I about said something terrible.
I probably know what you were about to say.
Yeah. I'm not gonna say it.
That's a good one.
For those of you who get that reference, that offhand reference,
I'm sure there's a lot of people that also know what you're probably about to say.
Yeah, you naughty people.
That's funny.
All right. Well, again, everybody, thank you very much for tuning into this. This was Superman Red Son exclusive official trailer from a fair believer to a non-believer. What did you all think? I mean, let us know in the comments down below. I know people are already shitting on us in the comment section because how dare we shit on the perfect superhero? He's not
even
perfect.
going to read them on this one.
Oh, I am, because they always come to my phone. Every comment made comes through my phone, guys, and that's the shit I got to deal with. Yeah. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it. This was Red Son exclusive official trailer, Superman movie. Hopefully you all will enjoy it. Hopefully I'll enjoy it whenever I see it. And if you all liked it, let us know in the comments down below. And until
I will say it is kind of sad that like the animated superhero movies always just go straight to Blu-ray and stuff nowadays, and it's like,
well, the one that's sort of broken the mold about that is Into the Spider-Verse, which
it did get a theater run.
Didn't just get a theater run, dude. It did awesome in theaters, and it's actually getting a sequel, Speed Track. And
so I think it would be worth their time to try to do more of these in like a theatrical way.
I think it would too, especially considering the budget of these. The budget of these is not that much. Yeah. And if they release them in theaters, I think DC's mainly afraid to do that simply because of what happened with Batman Mask of the Phantasm. Batman Mask of the Phantasm got a full theatrical release and everything, but it didn't go anywhere. And it didn't go anywhere because they wouldn't pay for distribution.
I actually didn't know that it was in theaters, so...
Oh, yeah.
They kind of dropped the ball on advertisement on that one, because I probably would have went and saw that.
I would have, too. But I remember when my friend brought the movie to class, and we got to watch it. Our teacher let us watch it, and our teacher left the room, and because Mask of the Phantasm actually has a lot of violence in it. And it has blood, and it has some very, adult themes in it. Especially when it comes to Bruce and his love affair in that movie. It's like, damn, son. It's got some heavy shit. And then, I'd say it's probably the best Batman movie of the 90s. Because Batman, the first Batman movie came out in 1989. So, the first Michael Keaton Batman movie. And then Batman Returns came out, which was okay. And then Batman Forever, and then Batman and Robin. So the 90s were a rough time for Batman. Except for in the animated series. And in the animated movie. And I'd say that was the best the best Batman movie of the 90s. But, again, everybody, thank you all very much for tuning into this. This was Superman Red Son exclusive official trailer. Let us know what you think in the comments down below. Don't forget to subscribe. And until next time, everybody, signing off. I'm Nate.
I'm Nick.
We will see you on the next one. Peace out.